Do you worry a lot? I used to be someone like that too. I want you to think about this thing, right? What is the evolutionary advantage of being a worrier, a worrywart, right? There has to be. Doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are, how old you are. Worrying is part of our DNA, but you see, it's part of our emotional makeup. There has to be a reason for it. Well, from a hypnosis point of view, there is. There really is. And it's a really a good reason. And the reason is so that you can anticipate any problems that's coming around the bend, around the future, because our future is bending. You cannot see around the bend, right? So all we can do is anticipate, right? So our subconscious mind is constantly saying, listen, based on past experiences, I don't know, I'm predicting, I'm anticipating these things going bad. Now, so what is the purpose of that? You want to know? So that you can either A, avoid it, B, neutralize it, C, if something's going to happen, how do I deal with the fallout? Okay, I know it's going to be a really bad snowstorm, right? Coming in, let's say, over the weekend, right? How do I prepare for it? I'm not a big fan of snow personally, right? But what do I do? I mean, I stock up on food, make sure there's enough gas in the snowblower, right? It wants you to prepare for it, right? But for most of us who who are worrywarts, that ability has been stunted a little bit, just out of habit, right? And with hypnosis, it's really gentle, super effective. We can pull you out of it. Let me. I'm going to keep looking at my notes because I don't want to forget a couple of things I want to say to you, right? The goal that I have for you now, obviously, during our free consultation, I do want to let you try what hypnosis is like. It's really awesome. It's just one thing you just need to know, right? But I'm going to really ask you questions so that I understand the goal you want to achieve, right? In the meantime, I have a couple of goals for you, right? And just see if you can connect with any one of these things. The first one is you start to feel a lot more better day to day, right? The other one is, stop second guessing what's about the future. I mean, it is good to prepare for it, but don't be 100% fixated on it, on just the bad. You need to anticipate, but do not be fixated on it. But I want you to get this. And here's the other part. Through the various advanced protocols that I'm going to be using with you, you build an inner confidence. You build an inner confidence inside you, right? That helps you. Yeah, how should I put it this way? Just assume that, you know, stuff hit the ceiling, the fan, or whatever the phrase is, right? Everything went wrong. Then you know what? I will live. I can handle it. I've handled it before, but I can handle it with more grace and confidence, right? I do not need to act scared or be scared all the time. I think I'm old enough. I can build a skill set enough to handle it with grace, with a certain amount of confidence, nimble enough to be navigate my way and find, be resourceful. Okay, this is what's happening. I'll give you a really good example of this, right? This is a client of mine, and she had given me permission to talk about it. She was so afraid of her boss, right? It's not just that boss. Throughout her entire life, she's been afraid of her bosses, right? Or any authority figure. And her big thing is she can feel, and her eyes start to get a little watery, and she would start to cry, and she she just loses it. Not weeping, but just inside. She's not strong, and she's very high strung, so to speak. Okay. In her goal, right? So what happened was, she had a new manager, and the goal. I'm sorry, the goal. A new manager from outside the organization was hired, Now, she was a really good performer. She did the work. She was a heads down type of woman that just did the work, right? And but never really mingled much. Her social skills were not as where she wanted it to be because of her confidence level. Okay. Within 3 months of the new manager coming on board, she's put on a performance improvement plan, and she was given I forget how many weeks, like let's say 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and to achieve certain objectives. And if she doesn't, she's out of there. And it really rattled her. Now her life was totally out of balance. So anyway, she comes to me, and this is what her one a few of her goals were, right. Number one, I don't want to cry in front of that bitch, her boss. That's number one. Number two, I just want to be confident, right. I'm always worried of this happening, and now it finally has happened. Well, we work together, right. One of the things that I did with her, right, and you should have seen her face on her when I said this to her. I said, what if your boss was right? Seriously, what if your boss was right? What everything on that performance improvement list, what if they were absolutely right? And that is your ticket to a better, brighter future. You should have seen the look on her face. I mean, I'm telling you, she wanted it. Like, I'm paying you this money for you to tell me this crap. So anyway, all right. Bottom line is, to her credit, she went along with the protocols I did. Right, it changed how she was viewing things, and she did the work. She really approached that 10 or whatever items on the performance improvement list, right, like it was like a map, a GPS thing, to get her from where she needed to be out of this predicament. And yeah, within a short period of time, within less than the allocated time, she was taken off the performance improvement list, and she was fine. Within 6 months, her company rewards her by laying her off. But here's the best part. Here's the best part. In 4 weeks, she has 3 interviews, and all 3 companies have a bidding war for her, right? For her salary, wanting to hire her. Why? Because there's something inside her has changed. Something fundamentally has shifted inside her. She no longer is worried. And oddly enough, the thing that she was working on, the performance improvement list, those other 3 companies now view her as a subject matter expert. And she is making considerably more money than what she was making before. But there's a difference about the way she handles herself right now. Okay? This is what hypnosis can help many people, right? In so many different areas. This is just one of many examples of my clients. Now, schedule that free consultation. I think it's called the Strategy and Discovery Consultation, right? Book a time. There's a video there that explains how and what happens during that process. You will benefit from it. I promise you. Okay? Ciao.